Fun fact, if you drink a blue raspberry slushie, possibly from Taco Bell, no free brand deals, your tongue will be blue. So, if you're thinking about making a Q&A right after that, probably not a good idea, but that's what I did. So, please enjoy and ignore that part. What is up, fitness fam, and welcome back to my channel. So this video is gonna be kind of juicy. I don't know, I feel like this video have definitely been needed to be made. It's a Q&A and I haven't been doing a Q&A for so long, and I feel like I should do these more often. So I'm actually low-key excited to see the questions you guys have for me today. I did, however, skim briefly through them all, and let's just say it's gonna be an interesting one. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I asked Instagram, which is also part of you guys, and if you aren't following me on Instagram already, what the heck are you doing? Make sure to go to Instagram right now and type in Rahbek just as my YouTube, and make sure to hit that follow button. And with that said, I did ask if you guys have any questions. I'm down to do a Q&A on my YouTube. And let me tell y'all, you guys came through. Obviously, the majority is fitness questions, which I'm also going to address a lot of. But you guys also had a little bit more of personal questions, which I think is also about time that I get into. Okay, let's start light. So the first question is, why did you start YouTube? I think I started YouTube about probably a little bit more than 2 years ago. I first of all started YouTube because of the environment I was in, but I have always been very open on social media. I got on Instagram way before I got on YouTube, and I already back then started sharing fitness videos and whatnot on Instagram. But I felt like even though you can give really good advice on Instagram, I would be able to connect with you guys way better on a platform like YouTube. So for me to actually help more people, it simply just made more sense to start posting on YouTube instead. Number two question is a question I get quite a lot, and I have actually addressed it once before on my Instagram story. I just feel like, I don't know, I have a hard time talking about this because it's a little bit more private, I feel, but it is. How are you still single? Or do you have a boyfriend? And I get quite a lot of questions about if I have a boyfriend, and if so, who he is, how does he look, and all of that. First of all, yes, I do have a boyfriend, and I think it's the first time me actually saying that on YouTube before. Not only because I don't really like to share my relationship online. I've just learned over the years that if you want like a really good and healthy relationship, it's just better to keep it offline. I don't really feel like I need opinions from others, and I don't really know how to put it, but I also just don't really like having too many questions about my relationship. I think it also really depends on who you really are, like on the inside. Some people really like to share their relationship online and show like everything that you do together, and that's what they enjoy. They don't mind that the public is getting involved in certain things, but me personally, I'm just built up and wired differently. And even though I have showed actually my boyfriend a few times on my channel, I've never really said, oh, this is my boyfriend. But the truth is that yes, I do have a boyfriend, and we've been together for quite some time now. I do eventually want to start sharing more and be more open about that, but as you guys can guess and probably have seen before, just online on the internet before, people can be quite cruel or judgmental and kind of also a little bit invasive when it comes to your private life, but also vice versa. You can also have so many sweet and supportive people. I personally just don't want to take the risk and kind of just avoid all the possibly negative things that can come from showing your relationship online. Whew, okay, so next question. What would you tell a first timer who is afraid to join the gym but still wants to go? Gym intimidation is real. I still till this date sometimes feel a little weird going to the gym. I feel like sometimes a little sheep going into a lion's cave, blindfolded and crippled. But the truth is, you just have to do it. I remember when I first started going to the gym, I felt like everybody was looking at me, everybody was judging me and really watching my every move. But the truth of it is that everybody is just doing their own thing. Nobody really cares about what you're doing. And if you still feel like people are looking at you in a certain way, just, you know, put on some headphones, put on some music or a really dope-ass podcast. For not to mention, if you feel unsure about what you have to do in the gym, then you have to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing before beforehand, that you come into the gym with some kind of plan, so you know exactly what exercises you're doing and all of that. That will also help you feel more confident whenever you are actually in the gym. Okay, so my really good friend Melanie C commented, "Can we see you drop it like it's hot?" Well, no. Next question is, how did you get to work with MYPROTEIN? That's a good question. So when I got in contact with MYPROTEIN at first, I actually worked somewhere else, but I kind of outgrew my position at that job for quite a while, so I kind of was in the lookout for something new. So I was very happy when MYPROTEIN reached out to me, and actually, funny story, the reason why I was so driven to them was because when I first started my fitness journey, my first ever supplement I ever bought was actually a MYPROTEIN supplement, which is kind of crazy to think about. Okay, for some reason my camera died, so I had to charge it for a little bit, but I'm back. So what I was saying is that my first ever supplement I ever got in the beginning of my fitness journey, when I first started, you know, working out and going to the gym, was a MYPROTEIN supplement. So when they hit me out asking to start working with them, it almost felt like a full circle type of moment. For not to mention, they have a headquarters here in New York City, which is just perfect. And I really knew I wanted to work with them, especially after meeting with them and meeting the people behind the products and behind the screen, behind the social media, and what the whole company stand for. Like, they were super nice and so welcoming. For not to mention, the products are freaking awesome. So that's why I decided to start working with MYPROTEIN and become a part of that team. And also, this is like a little hidden message in there. I'm all about growth, and I have done actually a lot in my life, like moving to another country and all of that. And whenever I feel like I'm at a standstill, and I know I'm at a standstill, I can easily feel a little bit demotivated and almost kind of getting depressed as well. So I try to have that constant growth in life, and whatever opportunities is coming my way, I try to always have my yes hat on. So I guess that's kind of what I want to tell you guys. Don't be afraid of getting out of your comfort zone and trying something new, even though it can be unfamiliar and you don't really know where it's going to take you. But that's where growth come in, and that's how you keep growing and developing as a person. Okay, so next question, I feel like it's very similar to this one, but I just feel like I want to put it in here real quick, and that is, what is my favorite MYPROTEIN supplement? Well, besides all of that clothing, which I absolutely adore, my favorite, okay, I couldn't really choose, but I freaking love the pre-workout. This one is with the fruit punch flavor. Next is the amino energy. I absolutely love aminos, not only because of the supplement and how it's benefiting your fitness journey, but it's also kind of a beauty product. Since aminos help build up protein, it is really good for your hair, skin, and nails. And lastly, these freaking protein bars, they are called the triple stack bar. I am so addicted to them, and that's probably my top 3 MYPROTEIN products. And also, if you want any of MYPROTEIN products, I have linked that link down below, which will be the first link down in the description. And also, don't forget to use my discount code to save a little bit of money. Next question is something I get quite often, and it's kind of a compliment, but also kind of very offensive. And that is your butt real? And I get this question all the time, and honestly, really guys, like really? The reason why I say I take it as a compliment is because, wow, you guys really think that it's fake. I mean, I must be doing something right. But then again, it's like you guys discredit my hard work saying, oh, your butt is fake, when I'm like, yo, I worked so hard for this, and you just coming here accusing me for something that is just not cool. And it is not to say that I'm against for people who do cosmetic surgeries. Like, do honestly you. Whatever makes you happy, just do it. I'm really not against it, but for me, I have not gotten anything done. I am 100% natural, and if I ever get anything done, let's say I got Botox or something in my forehead, I wouldn't be afraid to admit it. Like, why hide it? I really don't understand that whole concept of doing that. But to clear up the rumors, my butt is not fake. It is 100% real. Not only I worked very hard for it for years of consistency, but I also have a little bit of good genetics as well. So it's a mix of really hard work, knowing what you're doing and doing that consistently, not just following any program, but really doing something that you know works, that you perhaps have studied yourself or got recommended from an expert, but also your genetics do decide a little bit on how your body is shaped. Favorite TV show? That's a difficult one. I like a lot of TV shows. Not because I watch a lot, but I was definitely a big fan of Game of Thrones. I have recently been really into The Witcher. You can kind of tell what genre I like. And then I obviously like some reality shows and whatnot. Not trying to get into it all. So I decided to put these 3 next questions together because they're very similar. And it is, if you could live in any city, what city would it be? Do you like New York City? Do you see yourself living there long term? Have you been homesick for Denmark? So for those who don't know, I immigrated to New York in 2015 from Denmark. Do I like New York City? Absolutely, hell yeah. Am I homesick for Denmark? Absolutely, hell yeah. I love my home country. It is absolutely beautiful. For not to mention, it's just such a nice country, especially because of free healthcare. And my heart goes out to all those who have to pay so much money to get an education here when it's actually free in Denmark as well. And obviously, I miss my family like crazy. I haven't been back and visited since 2015, but hopefully by the end of this year, 2020, I should be finally able to go home and see my family. Do I see myself living long-term in New York City? Yes and no. As much as I love the city, right now I live on Manhattan, very close to central Manhattan, which is a little crazy. So obviously me being born on the countryside, having horses in my backyard, having so much nature, I obviously miss all of that comes with that. Just the peace and privacy. You don't really have much privacy here in the city. But I do see myself staying in New York City, but maybe not on Manhattan my entire life. And lastly, if you could live in any city, what city would it be? I honestly only have 2 cities in mind. It would either be in Denmark, probably maybe Copenhagen in Denmark, or New York City, possibly upstate New York City. Okay, I think we might end this on a weird note, but I feel like I kind of want to answer this, and it's kind of personal, but this one goes out for my ladies watching this. I really want to address this just because it is not talked about a lot, and that is, do you use any type of birth control, and did it affect your fitness routine? And obviously, yes, I do have a birth control. I have something that's called an IUD, which by the way is a freaking to get. That is totally worth it. It lasts for like 5 years. I have never really been on the pill or anything like that, so I can't really talk too much about that. However, the IUD did affect me the first month of having it. You kind of have your period for a month straight after getting the IUD inserted. And for me, this is my second IUD ever. And the first one, I didn't have too much pain, but the second one I had. For the first month or 2, I had really bad cramps, and it definitely did mess with my fitness a little bit. But however, I do still really recommend an IUD over anything else, because for the next 5 years, depending on which IUD you pick, most women stop having their periods, and if that is just not the biggest bonus ever, I don't know what is. And also, you stop dealing with cramps and all of that. This is actually recommended for those who are dealing with really heavy period cramps, but first you have to get over the first couple of months, like the first or second month of having the IUD. That is just my take on birth control and working out, and that's just my experience. I'm probably going to go ahead and end the Q&A here. I feel like I've been talking for literally forever. And for those who are still watching, thank you so much for watching to the end. This really helps me and also my videos. And I also want to say thank you to my camera assistant who has been so kindly to sleep in the background of my video the entire time. Thank you, Neil, for participating in today's video. And if you made it this far, make sure to comment Q&A with Neil down in the comment section. I feel like he deserves a little shout out because he's always in the back of my video, so thanks, buddy. Anybody that comments this exact thing, I'll make sure to heart all of your comments, and then I'll also know who is the true supporters watching my video, which I highly appreciate. And before you leave, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want to watch more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!